So here's a trade idea for you. Celsius Holdings. I've been in the name for about a year, a little less, and I'm down about 50%. So why am I saying get into a stock that's down? Well, they recently had earnings, as you can see here on the chart. Massive gap up from 25 to about 35, and it's been dragged down by the market the last few weeks with the tariff news and just the bearish sentiment from the second half of February into the beginning of March. However, I'm a shopper at Costco, and they just acquired this company that I'm trying out their product. It's called Alani Nu. Very good product. They bought them for, I think, like 1.5 billion. Anyways, I'm a big proponent of looking at consumer, products like Costco products, and if there's a lot of activity around these products, I look at the stocks. There's a lot of correlation. If you're a user of certain products, if you like them, I'm a believer of investing or trading those names. So what's the trade? The trade is giving yourself time, number one, because we're in a very peculiar market in 2025. At least the first quarter has been very volatile. So I like going out to January 2027, roughly 678 days from when I'm shooting this video. Now, looking at the options chain right here, you can see the open interest is highest at the furthest out of the money options. Now let's talk about this. This is very important. So the market makers have not opened up that many strike prices. Why is that? They're fearful. They don't want to put the risk on of selling you a 80 strike call option for $1 because it's a volatile name. The stock can move. It moved 35% on earnings last month. The 50 strike calls are very, very interesting going out to January 2027. But with this particular trade, I would probably ladder it. So what is laddering? It's buying multiple strikes and getting a diversification of risk by purchasing options that are more conservative, moderate, and then the more aggressive ones. So in this example, I would do the 30s, which are at the money for about $9. Your break even's about $39 for that, and you have, almost 2 years till expiration. I like the 40s as well, but I really like the 30s and I really like the 50s. So if you wanted to get all three, I'd do the 30, 40, 50. Or if you wanted to get like more conservative, I would even do the 25s or the 30s, although the 30s are very strong. The bid-ask spreads are good. These are options that expire. A lot of times you can get taken advantage of with slippage on these long-term options because they're not as liquid as short-term options. They're not as actively traded. So sometimes you can have $1 or $2 wide bid-ask spread, and you can get totally hosed when you want to put on some risk on a name or potentially sell it. So with this trade, let's look at the 50s. Let's look at the chart, and let's talk about some strategies here. So the low of these contracts was around 350. Right now we're around 450 to $5. So we're pretty close to the lows. After earnings, they trade up to $9. So this is I think, a very viable name. Again, there's a lot of other names out there. This is one that I would definitely put on your watch list. We have other technical confirmations on the daily chart. We had a massive volume spike, as you can see here on earnings. So we had a breakout, and now we're retesting, bouncing off the $25 support level. As far as a price target and a thesis, I think this can easily test 50. 50 is up here where you had this huge consolidation. You had the gap from July of 2023, and you had a lot of, it's a key level. The 50 strike is a key level, and I think the 50 strike calls are definitely in play. And I like the 30s with them to give yourself some more conservative, position on there so you can sell some premium against it. Because if we wanted to produce some income, these are assets, we want to produce some income. Let's go out to April. And this is what I also look at, is looking at the 50 strike calls in April. You see the bid is 3 cents. You can't get any money on that. So that's why I like the 30s, because I can sell the 35 calls for a month out and get 50 cents on my money, which is like 7%. So a lot more to talk about, how you can manage this, how you can modify, roll, and do all these other strategies. But that's what the courses are for, or for coaching. I commend you for making it to the end of the video. There's so much more to talk about. There's literally dozens of other Leaps investment opportunities, just like the Celsius trade idea. Head over to optionstradingcoach.com or leapsletter.com, which is our Leaps service that can help you, identify these trades, how to invest them, how to roll them, how to manage them, how to track them, and so much more. So thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.